Hey, Bill here from Fit and 50 Plus. So, we've got a raging storm going on outside. It's like March 2nd in the Northeast, and I have no electricity. Thankfully, my wife convinced me to purchase a generator, which does get some lights going, keeps the pumps going in the basement, which is where my domain is. And it also allows me to charge my essentials like the phone and whatnot. So I decided, what are you going to do when you have no internet? You've got no television. All you've got is the rudimentary electronics like charging, lights, the pumps, and I've got a refrigerator plugged in. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a YouTube video. So I'm using my phone to do this. And as you can see, no electricity. I've got this singular 60-watt bulb. Ooh, it's pretty bright. Flowing right there to keep my area somewhat illuminated. Got my weights. I got a machine over there. And there's my stack over there in the corner. I don't know if you can see that. Get everything up on a pedestal, heater, all that type of stuff in case the pumps fail. There is my docile computer. Unfortunately, we've got nothing going on there. And trust me, I'm going to get to some technology eventually, but this is just the intro. Go through here, and it's darkness, darkness, darkness. This is my modem. No lights are flashing. Bummer. I got a singular light here. You can see these cords coming down from my generator all the way into the basement. Fun, fun, fun. I've got a light over here just so I can make some observations. And there's the hole in the ground that fills up with the water and pumps it out of my basement to keep everything nice and dry. So I'm probably a little late to the party with this. What you're looking at there is my new Vivoactive 3. I got the slate metal version, and the reason I got this, one was because I was kind of bored with the wearables that I already had, and two, because I fully intend to get the 645 with music, and I know that this is comparable in size, and I figured that I'd probably pick this up, give it a shot just to see if I like it on my wrist, because I can't get the 645 for a couple of weeks yet, and then I'd return this and keep the 645. Problem is that once I got this watch, I really like the aesthetics of it. I love the gunmetal version. I know it's $30 more than the base model, I guess. It's got some special coating, I think, on the screen or something like that. But it really does look cool. It's a real premium looking watch. I love it on my wrist. I usually wear a 935, and if you've seen that, you know that it's all plastic, and it really does look like a runner's watch. This, when I wear this, I feel like it's kind of classy. It's got the 20 millimeter quick pins, so you can remove the straps and replace them. It's got the side swipe, which people have said is either hit or miss, and I tend to agree. Once you get used to it, it does work kind of, but as you can see there, sometimes it gets fiddly. The touch screen, I've had no issues with. That is spot on. Works really well. And I gotta say that I may be looking at owning two very similar watches. I can't return this, and there's one really important reason for that. Aside from the aesthetics of it, this watch actually has golf built into it, whereas the 645 does not have golf built into it. And I'm a golfer. I live in the Northeast, and from April until November, December, I'm out there hacking away. I suck, but I do like to get out there, and I really want it integrated into one application. I could probably get away with just the 645, and I have an Apple Watch. I could probably download some app to keep my score and just use the GPS and that type of thing. But I want to have everything in one place. And if that's the case, the golf app, coupled with the fact that I really love the looks of this watch, is kind of leaning me towards keeping this and then getting the 645 and using that just for my workouts. I don't see any reason with that. Right now I'm using a 935, and the 935 is just for my workouts. I actually have one of the bands, the Vivo, gosh, I can't remember. There's so many Vivos, not Vivo Sport. I have the Vivo Move. No, not the Vivo Move. Sorry, can't remember the name of it. But I've got the activity band that came out the beginning of 2017, the one that first introduced the rep counting. And I actually use that for weightlifting because I can really cinch that, hard to my wrist. And it gives me an accurate heart rate while I'm lifting weights. So I use that for weightlifting, sometimes for sleeping because it's so sleek you can't feel it. But for the most part, I've been wearing the Vivoactive 3 to bed, and I don't feel that either. It's light, it's sleek, it's amazing. It really is a nice watch. It doesn't have the advanced running dynamics that a Forerunner has, like the 645 or the 935. So that's why I do think I need to have that Forerunner version. But overall, I would say that for me, I'm probably going to keep both. Like I said, there may be some of you out there that just can't stomach, spending $300 on a casual watch, another $130 on a band, and then, God forbid, $450 on a Forerunner. But, we all have our hobbies. We all have our things that we like to sink money into, and this just happens to be the thing that I like to sink money into. So I think I'm going to keep all of them and just be a happy boy. So what you're seeing now is kind of a comparison. You've got the Apple Watch on the left. You've got a ticwatch, you Android lovers, next to that. You've got the Vivoactive 3, and then you've got the Forerunner 935. As you can see, the Vivoactive 3 and the ticwatch E, which are in the middle, are pretty comparable in size. The screens are a lot different. The Forerunner and the Vivoactive 3 have the always-on reflective displays, whereas the other two have OLED and some variation of that type of display. But as you can see right there, that Vivoactive 3 is really small. It's very, very light. It's quite frankly, I think it might be the lightest of all four of these. Not by a lot, but it definitely is. As far as the depth is concerned, the depth is very, very slight. It doesn't raise up off your wrist very much at all. It's less than the 935. It's less than the Apple Watch. That's a Series 2. It's about the same as the ticwatch, but very, very minimal. Like I said, very light, stays in place. You can hardly feel that it's there. Sometimes you forget that you're actually wearing it. Here's a little comparison with just the 935 and the Vivoactive 3. Trust me, this video may not display it accurately, but the Vivoactive 3 is much smaller than the 935. It may not look it in this video, but just the size difference alone really makes a difference on the wrist. I can wear the 935 out for runs. I have no issue at all going out for an hour and a half run with a 935. Getting it nice and tight, no big deal. But I can't wear it all day. I start to fiddle with it, I feel it, it might irritate my skin a little bit. It's got the all plastic back. So as soon as I put on that Vivoactive 3, it was like, an awakening, and I said, wow, this is the way the watch is supposed to feel. So like I said, it may not look that way in the video, but it really is a lot smaller, a lot lighter, and a lot more comfortable, at least for me. Maybe for others, not so much. So with that said, this is the Vivoactive 3. I hope you enjoyed the video and the pseudo review. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button, and I would really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I want to do more, and like I said, I'm getting a 645, and when I do, I will make sure that I post another review of the 645. I hope to have that in a couple of weeks. I want to put it through its paces, and hopefully that'll work out as well. Like I said, a thumbs up and a subscription would really be appreciated. This is Bill from Fittin' 50 Plus, and have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the video as we wind down the wrist shots. Good night.